Howdy folks, my name's Alex, otherwise known as Fizzy. Welcome to episode 49 of the Turner's Digest. As always, we'll start with a disclaimer. I'm not a financial or tax advisor. This is not financial or tax advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, but please enjoy. As I'm sure you know, we have a Patreon for the podcast, patreon.com/Turner's Digest. You can start off with as little as $1. It gets you access to things like lightning deals, which are more timely updates that I'm not able to get into the podcast until the next episode, so you can subscribe over there. Like I said, it's only $1 a month. You can even try and use some credit card small balance forgiveness, which there's details on the Patreon if you're interested. As I almost said there, we also have a Discord tier if you would like to join the Discord. We are starting to get more activity there. I introduced something called the Introductions channel, where I'm hoping that some members will introduce themselves and share some things about themselves. Nothing too private, but I do like to know some information about the usernames that are in the Discord, or learning some stories of the community members. Some people were telling about their history in the armed forces, or history with their churning life. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, definitely take a peek at the Discord, see if that's something you'd enjoy. Speaking of the Patreon, shout out to Kung Fuer, Cleed, Dion, and Erica, and welcome to Shu Hui. I'll have to reach out to you and see how exactly you want me to pronounce your name, since I'm going to be saying it many times. Maybe I'll just go with Shu, but that sounds kind of rude. But thank you to the 5 of you now for joining the Cleed tier. You all get exclusive privileges on the Discord, where you're able to create channels. You can do text-to-speech if you'd like. You have a little color as your name, and you're in a private Discord channel with just me and the rest of the Cleed tier. So welcome. And also welcome to John, Stosh, and Gabby for joining the Patreon. Thank you very much for all your support. Every little bit helps, whatever tier you join. It's what keeps the podcast going. Intro music is by my brother's band, The Sweaty Lemon. They just played this weekend at a local, really grungy spot, which was one of their first live performances in a little while, so I was happy to hear that. They have some changes to the band coming up. They might be changing their name and some band members, but I'll be sure to keep you all updated if that does happen. Intro and outro music is by them, and their album is on all listening platforms if you're interested. It's a Sweaty Lemon from the Basement, so give a listen if you're interested. Some other housekeeping stuff. The last episode, I said I was going to post on Patreon to see if people wanted to have pepper deals to be shared on Patreon as lightning deals, and the vast majority, almost 50%, said no, it's too noisy. So I've started to share some of them on the Discord deals channel. So if you're interested in that and you're in the Discord, check that out. I only share some of them there. Some of the more lucrative ones, like Amazon at 12%, is kind of crazy. They've been doing that a lot, and that's 12% plus 4.5% comes out to, what's that, 16.5% off of Amazon, which is much better than anywhere else I can get on Amazon. I think I have $1,000 on Amazon now, so I kind of got to chill out, but it's been pretty crazy, and I'm shocked that things are coming along this long. Next, I've had some referrals come in, so I don't know who used some of them. I did get a Rakuten referral, so thanks. That was for $25. I think it was for $25. I had a $25 Varo referral, VARO, from Paul the Potato, so thanks, Paul. And then a $20 Pepper referral came a little while ago from Ray. Pepper's been doing a good job of updating their app. I don't know where they're getting this money from, but they definitely have some money coming in because they are actually doing some dev updates. They have a referral tracker, at least I don't know if it was there before, but they definitely have it now, where it shows you what stage the person you referred are at, whether they've opened the account, made the purchase, you've received your bonus. They also have been sending emails for the boosts. When the boost hits your account, they at least tell you, which is nice. There's no way to track it, but that'll come later. But they at least send you emails so you can know when your account gets hit with some boosted points. And that's it for housekeeping. So let's get into this week's sort of recap. First off, my Barclays View card was closed. So I had originally the Barclays Uber Visa way back, talking about 2018. I opened that card, and that card was really great, where it was 4% on, I think it was restaurants. and like 3% on grocery stores, something like that. And then 2% on Uber, of all things. It was funny that Uber was pretty low considering it was a partnership with Uber. And it also gave you like a $50 streaming credit every year if you spent like $5,000. But that card didn't last very long. It got converted to the Barclays View card, which was pretty terrible. I think you earned like 3% on groceries, 2% on like gas, and 1% everything else. So just like a pretty middle of the road card. But I've had that card kicking around for a while. I learned that Barclays has the balance forgiveness for their cards, which if you charge $1 or less, I think is with Barclays, they'll just wipe out the balance that you have. So I have two Barclays cards. I have a Banana Republic card and the Barclays View card. So in each of them, I do a $1 Patreon subscription to TechMoan and Technology Connections. And now I've been charging these for a while now and haven't really made note of it. I mean, every month I go in and check to make sure that the balance was forgiven, so I don't have a balance carrying over, and it does. And I guess I never noticed that I got a notice from Barclays that my account's been inactive, specifically on the View card. And if I don't make a purchase in the next month, the account will be deactivated. The reason why I never noticed it is because my old address is still on my Barclays card, a Barclays account, so I don't have forwarding anymore because it was over a year. So I never got the letters, and finally they decided to close the account a month later. So on August 9th, I received notice, at least that's what's in the online portal, that I have inactivity on the account, and then I have to make a purchase in 30 days. And then on September 9th, I received I think I actually got a notice from one of my credit monitorings. I think that's what it was, saying that my account was closed. And I was like, what? And they said it was my Barclays card. And I was like, oh, damn. So I logged in, and lo and behold, it was closed. So much for that $12 a year. That's kind of sucks. And now I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll move my Apple card over to that. Because I still want to have the Patreon subscriptions. I want to support them. I mean, $1 a month is not much, but it's better than nothing. And I still want to gain the access. So I'll have to figure out something to do with there. All right. Now on to some other stuff. U.S. Bank Altitude Go is now charging a foreign transaction fee. So I saw two threads on this, both on our credit cards, that they announced some changes, specifically that the card is earning 4x on dining, takeout, and restaurants, 2x on streaming services, grocery stores, but is now excluding discount stores and supercenters and wholesale clubs. It's excluding those, but you do get access to gas stations and electric vehicle stations and $1 on everything else, and you get a $15 annual streaming credit for Netflix. I'm sure that's with some conditions. The Reddit user didn't share it. Let me look. The Reddit user didn't say when you get that $15 for Netflix and Spotify, but I'm also not seeing it on the site, so I don't exactly know what the terms are. But they also added a foreign transaction fee with this update. And I think some people aren't exactly saying... Some people don't look at their monthly statements. I don't. And that's where these updates will legally be. I don't think they have to send you a notice. It has to stay in your statement. And they're under the impression that you're reading every one of your statements, even though you're probably just checking the app, which doesn't have these disclosures. But it's sad to see. This was a no annual fee card that had no foreign transaction fees, but now they have foreign transaction fees, which is a little sad. All right. Next. I covered this before, specifically the Wells Fargo Attune card. I was earning 4x on Amazon with no annual fee, and they've recently changed it to the Amazon.com no longer is giving 4x or 4% on their purchases. It was falling under their bookstores before, and I know that long established that Amazon has kept their bookstore merchant category code, even though they're not a bookstore at this point. They sell much more than that, but they still have that as like a legacy part of their old business. So it was working for the Attune card, but it has been since taken out. And reading this thread that someone mentioned this in, people are having a really hard time getting their purchases to code properly for this card. And this Excuse me. This doesn't exactly fall under Wells Fargo. It's really into the merchants. There's so many merchant category codes, and most businesses don't understand how much that impacts the end user when they're making purchases in specific categories for cards like these. Sometimes it is the card issuer that isn't using the proper codes, or just not using broad enough codes, but most of the time it's the merchant just isn't flagging it properly. All right, next you'll hear a lot this episode about the U.S. Bank Smartly card. At least I'm reading a lot about it in our credit cards, because people can post about it a lot. They are that and the U.S. Bank Altitude, or Attune. What card? What's that one called? U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve card they're talking about. U.S. Bank is a hot button topic in our credit cards right now. That U.S. Bank, it's so hot right now. This user broke down the differences between U.S. Bank Smartly and the Bank of America Platinum Honor status. Two users actually did it. But TLDR of both is basically, if you have one card, you want to just stick with one card, the Altitude or the U.S. Bank Smartly card, I don't know what I said there. The U.S. Bank Smartly Visa card is being compared to the Bank of America Platinum Honors, specifically just any of their cards like U.S. or the Unlimited Cash Rewards or the Premium Rewards or what have you, which earns 2.625% in cash back on your purchases. The TLDR here is that if you want to choose one card, the U.S. Bank Smartly card will definitely outweigh the Platinum Honors. But once you introduce a customized cash card, it becomes harder and harder to make the Smartly card worth it. This user even goes to the efforts of comparing the fact that there's 2 sign-up bonuses coming with the Bank of America cards, where they're combining the Premium Rewards and the Unlimited Cash Rewards, but they also are accounting for having to deposit $250K with U.S. Bank to negate the $50 fee, and I think it might just be better to eat the $50 fee in that case. But in any event, they say that for the Premium Rewards, a customized cash scenario, I forgot to account for the fact that there will be 2 card sign-up bonuses. At 100K deposits level, Bank of America sign-up to bonus is $1,400. I don't think that's accurate. The Premium Rewards gets a $600 sign-up bonus. The customized cash gets $200. So that comes out to $800. I don't know where they're getting $1,400. Maybe they're thinking you get a boost on the sign-up bonus, but you don't get a boost on that. You only get a boost on your earn on the card. So they're quoting $1,400, so I'm not going to read this. Essentially, there's a lot of math, but one card, U.S. Bank Smartly, more than one Platinum Honors. Moving on. There are some increased VentureX target offers coming out, and this is kind of timely with Dr. Credit reporting that there's new sign-up bonuses coming for Capital One with their card redesigns. There's supposedly coming some sign-up bonuses increasing. This specific targeted offer was for $90K for $6,000 spend. It's normally just $75K for $4,000 spend, so I know originally it was $100K for $6,000 spend, so nice to see these targeteds coming back again, some higher bonuses. Looks like they're looking for more people to sign up. Next, I received an email from Upgrade saying my account's been terminated, but my account's been terminated for a while now. They wanted me to give them an external bank account for me to have the funds that were remaining in the account, like 50 cents, mailed to me. They sent me an email, and I replied to them, I don't feel comfortable sending bank account information over email address. They replied back to me. Let me see if I can find the thread real quick. I guess they didn't say what I thought they did. Well, they originally asked me for a funding source to send my remaining balance to. And I replied back, I would rather you just mail me a check. I don't feel comfortable giving you my bank account information over unsecured email. And they replied back, due to fraud purposes, we do not mail physical checks. Instead, we use ACH transfer to ensure the funds are securely deposited directly into your bank account. We appreciate your understanding. Please fill out the form within the next 10 business days, which is really quick turnaround to be asking for my money. I also don't think that's legal. I don't think they can legally require me to send them my bank account information when they already know my address, and then say that I have 10 days to give them the form when it's my money. I would have been curious to see what would have happened. I should have been petty and just not given my information and seen what they've done for 10 days. But I replied back saying that I don't feel comfortable, and asked if I could upload the documentation somewhere. And they said, sure, you can log into your portal, which my portal's still active. I'm still able to log in and see my closed accounts. But there was a place for me to upload the documents there. So I went and uploaded it there. I haven't heard anything since, and I'll be sure to update when I do receive that thing in the mail. One other thing about Upgrade, now I did get pretty petty here. I talked about how they closed my account, and when they did so, I had some pending cash back in the account that I wasn't given. Like the account, like in my portal, it shows that the transactions earned cash back, but I never received the cash back. So, at the suggestion of Bosscar, BOSCAR, on our Discord, they said that they went ahead and filed the CFPB complaint against Upgrade for the owed cash back, and that it was honored. And I went ahead and did the same thing. So I went to CFPB. I chose Upgrade as my referring body. There were 3 upgrades. I think I just chose the first one. And I wrote under I think debit card usage. You could also choose like account closure. And it reported that from August 1st to August 17th, I earned around $350 worth of cash back, and I never received the cash back. I attached a bank statement from Upgrade showing that I made the transactions, and then I uploaded a printout of the portal showing that my cash back was earned on each of the transactions for that month. And I requested them to give me my cash back that I earned. So I'm curious to see what happens there. I always love filing CFPB complaints. I don't know why. So thank you, Bosscar, for suggesting that. I didn't even think of doing that. Curious to see what happens of it. I know Bosscar was able to get their money. Hopefully I'll be able to get mine as well. All right, next. Wings Credit Union. I believe this one's still active. So Wings is doing it's a fun name, Wings Credit Union. They're doing a sign-up bonus for up to $600, where the requirements are open up a checking account and use a promo code, set up a recurring direct deposit to your new checking account within 60 days of opening the account. Specifically, it's $5,000 or more for up to $400, $3,500 or more for up to $300, and $1,500 or more for $150. Sign up for e-documents. I have to actually make sure I do that. And complete 5 debit transactions, all within 60 days. And then the additional $200 comes from opening a savings account or a savings certificate and depositing $25,000 and holding it until the end of January. So the savings portion of that does not seem very lucrative, but the checking account sure as heck does. Looking at what qualifies for direct deposit for Wings, I doubt there's a lot of data points on here because Wings is a pretty small credit union. As we wait for this very large page to load, I say this every time. It looks like Capital One, Charles Schwab. No, just Capital One and Brex, but these data points seem to be probably pretty old. From last year, actually not too bad. So this is a pretty good one. Also, in addition to this, for every account you open, you can load $15,000 worth of credit card funding. When I did it, I think I only did like 500. I wish I did more just because it's free spend. There's also a referral bonus. I don't know if I have a referral. Let me take a look. All right, I don't see a referral. But apparently there is a referral bonus. I don't see where that is. Apparently it does stack with this bonus as well. I think that some people were looking in the chat, in the comments, to see if the direct deposit has to remain at that height, but I don't believe it does. I'm just going to set my direct deposit to $1,000 once I deposit $5,000 total in direct deposits. And then for my debit card transaction, I think I'm just going to do some credit card phone bill pays. I got to rack up some charges on my city cards though in order to do that. Otherwise, I'll have to put some like charges on the cards that I don't want to have to. I'm just reading through the comments on this post. People are so rude. Will and Chuck do a lot of work at keeping this comment section civil, and people would like to complain a lot. They'd have ads on their site. They get some clicks for some of their referral links, but there's like copious threads in here that are just off topic. Wow, I just went into a 10-minute rabbit hole in this thread. If you want some good reading, go check and see what is going on in this Wings Doctor of Credit comment section. Anyway, that's a good sign-up bonus to go for, or just a good comment section to read through. All right, let's move on. PayPal debit data points. Some people are reporting that Costco is counting, Walmart is counting as the 5% groceries purchase on their PayPal debit cards. So PayPal relaunched their debit cards where they have now a 5% category. I think I'm going to set mine to pharmacies because I don't really have a pharmacy card, just so I have another one to have in my Apple Wallet. Why not? And what's really annoying is I can't do. You have to keep a balance in your PayPal in order to pay off the debit card purchases. You can't just like have the purchase immediately pull from your bank account like the Target debit card does, which I like a lot. So I have to keep a balance in my PayPal account. So hopefully I don't ever rack up a huge bill. And one of these, I really need to do a CVS Care Pass and CVS coupons hacking thing. I get so many coupons. I've never paid more than half of my CVS bill every time I go to CVS. And even with their egregious markups, it's still great prices. Like I can get things from there that I can get cheaper, can't get cheaper elsewhere, especially if I buy a CVS brand item, which gets an extra 20% off with my CVS Care Pass. Sheesh. All right. Next, there's an American Express targeted offer at Walmart. Spend $50, get 10 back. I don't have this. Figured I'd share. Take a look at your coupon book and see if you have it showing. There's a Sam's Club $15 membership. I am a Costco guy, so not interested to me, but through the 27th, so another 4 days here, you can get the $50 annual membership for $15. If that seems like something you would get use out of, go for it. Next, Dr. Credit shared that the Venture cards have been updated, their images at least, to be aligned with the new cards. I did find this very interesting, what Will said. He said, Venture cards have been updated and they look awful. Well done, Capital One. I don't think they look that bad. I think the placement of the chip is pretty terrible. It's like right over the logo that they're using. They have like a stamp, I don't even know what it's supposed to be, like an immigration stamp with a departed in 2020. There's like a date, like a flight date, but the chip is right over it, so it looks kind of ugly. In your digital wallet, it won't have the chip there, so it may look a little prettier, but they are trying to align their cards. I get it. They're just really uninspired and ugly. Next, Amazon is refreshing their shop with a point offers. Apparently the American Express one has been updated. Mine was showing just 15% off. Mine's now showing get 10% off eligible products when using membership rewards points, discount of $10. I should just do this. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't because now I have thousands of dollars in Amazon gift cards. So take a look and see if you've been targeted for a decently high one. All right, next, a bunch of stuff with Pepper. So Pepper's still going strong, as I mentioned. There's some discussion I'll have in the deals channel if you want to hear more about Pepper deals over on the Discord. But I also shared today, just before this episode got recorded, I have a payout tracker for Pepper Boosts. I get sick and tired of not knowing when I would get Pepper Boosts to come in, so I have a tracker now. It basically, let me pull it up. Where the heck is it? It's over on the Patreon, but essentially there's columns for gift card, what I purchased, the data purchases, the purchase amount, the boost that was being offered, the expected points, the points that I actually received, the points that are pending, the value that's pending in dollars, and the points that are pending in Pepper points. Let me change this to a number. Nice, that's better. And this is also a number. So thus far, I've been tracking since the end of August, and I haven't noticed any negative discrepancies. I did notice a positive discrepancy in my favor. The Google boost, which I shared a link to in the show notes. By the way, all this stuff is in the show notes if you hadn't noticed somehow. All the links. There was a Google Play 20x back. So when I track things, I put the purchase amount, the boost that it was supposed to be, the expected points that I am going to be getting, the points that I already received, and then the pending points. So this one was weird where I purchased $150 and I should be getting 20% back, which is $30. Now, to get $30, you already receive a base value. So you get like 5x back always on your purchase. So I really am waiting for 25 points. But they gave me the full 30 in my bonus. And I'm still having a hard time like quantifying it in my head. It doesn't make any sense. But from what I'm seeing like in the app, they did award me points on the original purchase. And then they awarded me the whole 20x again on the boost date. So I guess they just overpaid me. I mean, they overpaid me by like $4. So it's really not much. But hey, why not? Pepper has started emailing you when you do receive the boost, because it comes like 3 weeks later and there's no way to track those points that come later. When you do eventually receive it, they now send you an email and say, hey, for the dates September 2nd to September 3rd, you have been credited the boosts for the purchases you made on those dates. It's better than nothing, but still I'd like a proper tracker in the app to know when they're going to be paid out so I don't have to manually track it myself. In addition, Pepper was for a brief time coding weird. So it was coding. It originally was coding as computer supplies, which was earning 4x on business gold cards. And then as of September 14th, it was no longer showing as that and is now coding as general retail. But then 4 days later on the 18th, they swapped it back and it was back to computer software. This doesn't matter to me. I just use my Bank of America card, which is for online shopping, and it tracks for that. But for a short period of time, that changed. So I figured I'd put this in here to talk about it, and then it got reversed, so it's really not much to share. But I figured I would call it out. There was also a shortly lived, which happens all the time, Amazon 12x back in Pepper points. Like I said, I now have $1,000 in Pepper gift card, so I need to stop doing that. Next is just a data point on my Amazon or my American Express checking offer. So I received this in my offers tab in my American Express Platinum offers. And it was to, let me see what the actual offer was. I don't even remember. It was to open the account, have 2 direct deposits, $1,000 or more, and get $200. So my data points are, I opened the account on August 3rd. I had a $1,000 real direct deposit on the 10th and September 6th. And then September 11th, RIP, the $200 customer incentive payment credit posted. So pretty easy bonus. If you do see that in your Amex offers, go for it. Why not? Next, this isn't super, I don't even know what to call it. American Express Platinum is now requiring when you use your Uber credit, you get a $15 Uber credit every month. You have to charge it to your American Express Platinum card. You used to be able to use anything. It would just show up like under your gift cards. You can just use it to take the $15 off of your underlying purchase. But now it's requiring you to use the Amex card as your payment method, which is annoying. It was a lot easier to just use whatever card you want for better rewards. Now you're stuck to that. Next, there's been a lot of talks around the Apple Card, and Goldman's losing a lot of money on it. And the Apple and Goldman Sachs are looking to part ways and find another suitor. It looks like JP Morgan Chase is also discussing it. They recently just sold their GM portfolio to Barclay for a steep discount. So Goldman's really trying to get out of the consumer credit card business. And it sounds like Apple's also willing to negotiate some of their hard selling points. Like, they want their billing statement to always happen on the first, which is weird because months obviously change days every month. But in very Apple fashion, they want to make it really easy and just be like, on the first, you owe your bill. Doesn't matter if there's 27 days in the month, 28 days in the month, 31 days in the month, 30 days in the month. It's always on the first. So it's very Apple of them to do that. I would honestly be surprised if they give that up. They don't want to confuse things for the customer. And now saying what they're changing, I mean, they're probably going to have to change. They might have to change their credit card number. But I guess the card number doesn't even live on the card. So I don't know. Apple's also been surprising recently, doing things unaptly, like shipping a phone that doesn't have the key headlighting feature for the phone. But that's neither here nor there. All right, next. I received partial payment for my Varo bonus. So it was a targeted bonus that they emailed me to get $100 every month for 3 months when you direct deposit, and getting a match on that direct deposit. So in order to maximize it, you'd have to get, I forget what the amount was, but I think I had direct deposit $2,000 in the first month and then $1,000 in the second, and then like $666 in the third to get $50. What is it even? I think it's like a 5% match the first month, 10% match the second month, 15% match the third month, up to $100 every month to equal out to $300. Some people are targeted for a $600 one, which is crazy. Same terms, just higher limit. So the tracker in the app isn't updating every month. Like, it says like you have this much money every direct deposit that you made this month. It hasn't been updating, so I don't really know. You wouldn't be able to track if something triggered the direct deposit or not. I'm doing real direct deposits, so it's easy to tell, but otherwise it would be kind of annoying. So this is a nice little bonus. It's slowly paying out, and it'll pay out over 3 months. Next, we have a bunch of Robinhood stuff. So there was a very short-lived Robinhood targeted bonus in-app. So it was Robinhood Gold members get $100 to $125 for depositing $2,000. That credit shared on September 12th that previously there was a targeted deal to entice people to join Robinhood Gold. Now some Gold members are seeing this offer in-app, valid from September 11th to September 25th, and then there's a link to the full details. Is this link still here? The link is still there. It's possible that not all Gold members are seeing this. So I went to look, and I couldn't figure out where it was. Someone in the comments shared that it's under referrals, so I gave a link to my Dr. Credit comment where I said, I'm seeing this $100 bonus for depositing $2,000 on my account. It's under the app profile tab, bottom right, then the hamburger menu on the top left, and then the referral rewards, which is weird that it was showing up under referral rewards. It didn't show anything other than that. It wasn't a link to the terms. It didn't say anything else aside from deposit $2,000 and get $100. It said they have to claim it, which I don't know what that means. They didn't exactly explain when this is going to come through, so I'm super curious to see what happens. I know some people are starting to share that they're getting emails that their $100 is starting to arrive. I'm just seeing this now from Gadget saying that the subject says, get an email between 7:35 and 7:37 tonight. Your reward has arrived. And that the money's stuck in the account. I'm curious to see if I get this because I did receive it. And someone did share a screenshot to the deal. So hopefully I can use that as well if I have to. But I'm curious to see if I get this. Very short-lived. Not a lot of people saw it. And I don't even know if I was meant to get it. But I did get it and I did apply. Next, someone shared details about their Robinhood Solid Gold card. So they applied for the card on July 25th. By July 27th, they referred 13 people to sign up for Robinhood credit card waitlist and for Robinhood Gold. since wait period. Since the first month Robinhood Gold is free, I had to wait for everyone to be charged for the first $5 before qualifying. On August 28th, I got confirmation that I qualified for the solid gold card pending the credit card approval. On September 11th, it was officially approved for the credit card, and then the solid gold card arrived on September 18th. The card weighs 37.7 grams. Each person lives in Austin, Texas. They also reported that some people received a Louis Vuitton wallet, but they either ran out or decided to change to. It looks like they reached out and asked about the Louis Vuitton wallet, and Robinhood said that they originally sent out that wallet to the earliest solid gold card winners, and teasers before the wallet opened. After that, decided to design their very own custom wallet made from premium leather to better complement our bespoke solid gold card and have its own Robinhood branding. I've reached out to these users to see if they are willing to send me a credit card image. I really want to add this one to the collection. Really curious to see if the digital wallet has a unique design or not. If anyone out there was lucky enough to get this card, I'd love to see it. Love to see if it has a special card design. All right, next, speaking of Robinhood Gold, there's been a bunch of weirdness surrounding the Robinhood Gold card. Some people are reporting that there's some glitches for refunds. So it looks like refunds aren't properly being credited against the statement balance. And some people are having to discuss back and forth with customer service. And I don't expect customer service to ever be useful with Robinhood. I don't expect the card support to be useful at all. I don't even know if they have a phone number you can use for support. I think it might just be through the chat. But just something to keep in mind if you are looking to get that card and daily drive it. Next, finally with Robinhood, they're doing their 1% brokerage transfer bonus again. So you could transfer in your money from a brokerage and get 1% match with no limit. So you can, in theory, transfer in $1 million and get 1% of that as a match. I believe the holding period is, let's see, 2-year holding period. Is it like a tiered payout? No, I think it's all or nothing. And I believe you get it right when you deposit it as well. So I've contemplated doing this. I have a decent amount of money in Bank of America. And a 1% boost for me, I don't think would outweigh the benefits I'm getting from Platinum Honors. So I won't be going for this. But if I wasn't already in that ecosystem, I would probably consider doing this. I already transferred my IRA over, which I'm happy with. I mean, I never really check my IRA. And when I do, the interface is nice. But that's about it. They have everything that I could need. All right, next, all the 5% quarterly categories are out for Q4. So let's go over them. Chase, PayPal, Pets, and McDonald's. Funny that McDonald's is in there. You should get 7X on the Freedom Flex with that card because you get 4X on the quarter boost, 2X on the standard boost, and then 1X on the just standard base rate. PayPal should be super easy to maximize. You could get 7X for using through PayPal, through restaurants, or through pharmacies. Discover's Amazon and Target kind of sucks because you have matching cards you can get for that. But there is usually a Target discount for gift cards where they give 5% off, and then you can stack it with this card to get 10%. Normally, you'd want to use the Target Red card to get 5%, but that doesn't work on gift cards. Something to note, the Amazon category for the Discover card does not include Whole Foods. Well, sometimes it doesn't in the past, it doesn't include it here. City Dividends, still wish I had that card. Restaurants and travel. U.S. Bank and Elon, just select your categories. Categories haven't changed. U.S. Bank Shopper, select your categories, haven't changed. Customized Cash hasn't changed. If you have the Nusenda Federal Credit Union card, it's at retail and restaurants. The Langley Federal Credit Union is at Walmart, Target, grocery stores, and department stores. The Vantage West is ending their 5% program on the 1st of October. And Save Credit Union is doing fast food, movie theaters, rideshare, electronic stores, and cruises and steamship lines. Next is an Oracle class action settlement. This one isn't too interesting. You should have received an email if you're targeted. Don't know what the estimated payouts are, but it's always better than nothing. Some people suggested that email addresses associated with Blue Apron accounts are more likely to get the Oracle class statement eligibility emails. That's crazy. I don't know where the tie-in with Oracle and Blue Apron is, but I have so many Blue Apron emails. Let me see if I have something in my spam. Let me take a look real quick. Speaking of the devil, I did. Legal notice of class action settlement. You may be entitled to compensation. I did get it to one of my Blue Apron emails because it's my email address, but with a bunch of periods in it. That's really funny. I also received one for Cash App. I need to read my spam more often. Let's take this out of spam. Let's move it to inbox. How do I even not spam? Not spam. Okay, I'll have to look into that later. Thanks, Dr. Credit. Look at that. Help me as always. What's this one? I haven't received one directly for the university one that I talked about a little while ago, but I've already filled out that one. Man, I have a lot of class actions on my email. What's this one? United States District Court of California. Okay, this one's also Oracle. I need to do this later. All right, moving on. Let me get away from settlements, even though I love settlements. Just free money. Why not? All right, moving on. X that out. Next. Stepping back for a second. I also updated my tracker for the Discover categories for like tracking them, like the historical categories. So Q4 has by far always been Amazon and Target, or Amazon and department stores, or Amazon and Walmart. There's sometimes an odd end of like a wholesale club or drugstores or Sam's Club or clothing stores. We haven't seen those in a while. It's pretty much exclusively Amazon, like places, big shopping stores. All right, enough of that. There is a CFPB. I don't even know what they call it. CFPB fines TD Bank for inaccurate credit reporting, $150 payment per affected person. Again, you should... Even TD Bank deposit account holders are eligible. I suppose the bank or CFPB will send out notification for those affected, or maybe you'll just get a check in the mail. I've had a bank account with TD Bank, so I'm curious to see if I'd be eligible. There's nowhere to fill out a claim yet, or ever, but I'll be sure to keep you all posted if you hear anything. All right, next, for my New Jersey and my Pennsylvania residents, Parquet Bank has a $500 checking bonus. It requires open the checking account, receive $250 after having 2 qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more, and then on account anniversary of 1 year, where you've had at least 2 additional qualifying direct deposits, you'll get an additional $250. I applied for this account and was told that I can't be instantly approved, but I haven't heard back. I'm probably not going to re-up it. This seems like a lot of effort. It's a great bonus. The previous offer required you to go into branch, and this is a pretty big bonus. So if you can go for it, go for it. Next, Capital One shared that effective January 1st, 2025, venture card holders will no longer receive complimentary lounge access. They'll have 2 complimentary visits to Capital One lounges or Plaza Premium lounges to use by December 31st, 2024. Pretty sure this is old news, but it was reshared by somebody and figured I'd call it out. Reshared by BL_U. Next, I received an email. I don't have a link for it, but Wealthfront's now reimbursing ATM fees. I mean, this won't take away from the GOAT of all time. The GOAT of all time, the greatest of all time. Nice. Which is Fidelity CMA, which actually will come up in a little bit here. But it's nice to know that Wealthfront will be reimbursing ATM fees. Their terms interestingly state that they will reimburse them up to twice a month, up to $750 per withdrawal. But they say that they will try and refund it, but they're not liable if they don't, which I just thought was an interesting call out. Next, a user on Reddit and then Dr. Credit also covered that the PayPal business card is closing down. So this was posted 7 days ago, which was September 15th, 16th. And they said that all accounts will be closed in a week on September 23rd, which is today. So yeah, it was 7 days ago. What a crazy short-term notice. And on that date, 7 days ago, they lowered all credit limits to $100. Pretty crazy that they nerfed it so hard and so quickly. I guess it's what you get when you bank with a small bank like PayPal, or a non-real bank like PayPal. Next, there's a targeted increase Bank of America customized cash sign-up bonus. Vodavilevic shared a screenshot of the email, which is just an increase from $200 to $300 when you spend $1,000 in 90 days. If you are targeted and you don't care about 920 or 524, that's pretty great. Some of the comments said that if you apply for Bank of America Premium Rewards, which has a $600 sign-up bonus after $4,000 spent in 3 months in early December, and triple dip on the $100 airline credit, and then downgrade to the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards, is probably still a better strategy than applying for the custom cash directly, even the elevated sign-up bonus. I'm pretty sure you can just apply for the sign-up bonus on the Customized Cash and still get the Bank of America Premium Rewards. Actually, you definitely can do that. I mean, you're wasting another 524 slot, but you can triple dip. That is true. So if you apply in December, the credit is per annual year. So like all of 2024, all of 2025, all of 2026, you get $100 credit. So it resets at the start of every year. If you open the card in early December, you can get the credit that year. Then if you make the purchase in 2025, you can get the credit that year as well. If you then make the purchase towards the end of 2025, so it comes in 2026, get the credit then, downgrade the card, you'll still get the credit. So you'll get $300 for the airline credit because the card comes with a $100 airline credit. You only pay one annual fee when you open the card, and you won't get charged for the second annual fee because you'll cancel it within 30 days of the start date. So you'll get 3 of those $100. A lot of effort to get that, but it is definitely possible. Is it better than just a raw customized cash? I mean, $300 is the highest you can get for customized cash. So if you're okay with losing 524, I don't hate it. Next, I received an email from FTX, not a scam this time. FTX has filed for bankruptcy, obviously. I think I had like $1,000 with them. And I went to their portal. They sent me an email saying that they needed a W-9 from me, which I think requests like personal information from the IRS on my behalf. So I went and submitted that. It sounds like they might be coming to some settlement soon to give some money back to customers. I hope I get something. Better than nothing, but if it's gone, it's gone. Next, there was a sign-up bonus with Rakuten for $125 for One Finance. It's now down to $75, but One Finance does offer 5% APY and up to $250,000. I don't like them once they got purchased by Walmart. I was using them pretty heavily as my main hub account. But then I switched to H. Bradley, and then I switched to Wealthfront. But I haven't looked back since. $750, I would say wait out to see if 125 comes back. Speaking of the U.S. Bank Smartly card, there's a rumor that it's coming out on October 21st. So keep an eye on that. I know that I signed up for the wait list, so I'm curious to see if it does come out then. Next, this is actually unfortunately since expired, but there was a Bethpage Federal Credit Union checking account. It didn't last very long. It was a sign-up bonus for $250 when you just needed to direct deposit $100 or more within 90 days. I did this sign-up bonus back in about a year ago, end of last year, October. Mine was for $200. Opened the account on September 13th. Did $101 direct deposit, real one on September 22nd of 2023, and then 6 days later on September 29th, I got a $200 post credit for interest adjustment deposit Bethpage direct deposit bonus credit. That was apparently around the same time I got my first Commonwealth bonus. Nice. I think I still have that account open. I should probably close it. Whittling down to the bottom here. I think we only have a few more points here, maybe like 10 actually, so maybe not a few. The Alaska-Hawaii merger was approved, which is kind of shocking. So there were a lot of people that were doing speculative points transfers at a boosted rate from, I think, membership rewards points to Alaska. It was boosted like 1.3 cent per point or something like that. And the DOT approved it under specific contingencies, saying that miles cannot expire under current programs. Miles must transfer at a 1-to-1 ratio. The miles must retain their value. Statuses must be matched, maintained, or increased. And there must be no new junk fees. All great things from DOT. I guess it's not too bad for them to merge if they're holding these things out. And the 1-to-1 miles transfer is coming later this month, which is nice. I have a positive opinion of Alaska, so hopefully they do a good job with Hawaiian. And I do like to see competition amongst the big Delta, JetBlues, American, United. So this seems like a good thing in my book. There's a targeted Fidelity Visa credit card like promotion going around where you can be targeted to earn 4% cash back for 6 months with no cap. No cap, that's great. So if you have it, go for it. Next, this one's kind of sad for me. M&T Bank is offering a $500 checking bonus. There is a comment that shares the breakdown where a few links are offering $400 or $500 bonus. The one that I was going for is a $500 bonus when you open up a My Choice Plus checking, and it requires you to direct deposit $500 to direct deposit $1,000 within 90 days to get $500. Huge returns. The Choice Plus checking required $2,500 to be parked in the account for no fee, or to have total average daily balances, total direct deposits of $1,500, or to have $2,500 in daily balance. So I was going for the daily balance. You have to, in order to be eligible, you cannot have received a bonus in the past 12 months. I received mine, I think, like 18 months ago, so I'm eligible. So I went in and applied. For anyone applying for this bank, they do have a geolocation footprint of a bunch. I'm not going to read them out. Let's see. Connecticut, D.C., Delaware, Maryland, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Vermont, and West Virginia. I think I got those all right. If you're going in and applying and the application page just keeps spinning, try incognito. That has worked for me. I went in, I applied, I was approved. When I was applying, I don't believe I received a location in the application to fund the account. So my account was just sitting at zero. So I linked my Ally account, which required trial deposits, to push into M&T, and I was pushing $2,500. Before that could clear, my account was closed. I was quoted insufficient funds, or just like empty balance, or didn't meet the minimum of account opening. I think it's because when I did the trial deposits, it puts money in, then pulled it out, and that triggered the system to kick me off. I can't open an account anymore. They told me that I have to go into branch when I try and apply online, which is really sad because $500 is nice. But if you can, I would definitely go for it. The code that I used was UC. U is in Ultra, C is in Charlie. If you're in their footprint, definitely go for it. Next, hat tip to Cleed. The Virgin Red Card by Synchrony has been fully announced and is available for applications. The card offers 40,000 points when you spend $3,000 in 90 days, $2,500 points when you add an authorized user, up to $400 annual fee not waived for the first year, 3x on Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Hotels, Virgin Voyages, 2x in dining, groceries, and streaming services, 1x and everything else, and some additional perks if you spend $15,000 or more or $30,000 or more on the card in a year. What I just like is the physical card has a little carve out on the side. Only some cards are having this. I know MasterCard is trying to introduce this as like a neat accessibility feature to know which direction the card is. There's a little like cutout. It's always nice to see that. The only card I know that had that was the Curve card. I think I said this last time. I feel like I said this before, but say it again. Why not? Next, only a few left here. JetBlue is launching a premium credit card and airport lounges. They announced that JFK Terminal 5 is going to get in late 2025 a lounge, as well as Logan International Airport, which is my airport. Terminal C is coming soon after in late 2025, so maybe 2026. Lounges will be accessible to top-level Mosaic members and as a benefit to a new premium credit card that is set to be announced soon. So that's a plus. It's interesting to see JetBlue get into this because I have a pretty terrible opinion of JetBlue. I just flew with them coming from DCA, and there was weather in Boston, but they did get delayed an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Next, you can now renew your passports online, which is kind of crazy. You don't have to get a picture in CVS. You can just do like a picture on your phone. You can save the cost of the registered mailer. The process online should also shave a couple of days off the time it takes to process. You can pay with your card online, so you don't have to send a physical check. You used to have to send a physical check, and I didn't have a check on hand, so I had to buy like a money order. I think I did buy it with they would not let me buy it with a credit card at USPS. I had to buy it with a debit card. So just making that process easier is always nice. Less friction there is huge. Next, American Airlines is considering Citigroup for their credit card deal. And I know that, like, let me see, I don't know where the Doctor of Credit article is, but Citigroup has the exclusive offer to advertise in flight for their credit card, while Barclays has the rest of the advertising for the cards. And Citi's looking to take it all. People are really dogging on the article. Apparently the writer who wrote this, I thought it was someone said Toby. Is it not Toby? Maybe it wasn't Toby. I don't know. They're saying that it reads like an AI article. I didn't read the article or the headline. It's classic me. But that's it for that. Speaking of Fidelity Cash Management account, some accounts are experiencing extended hold times and bill pay cancellations. So Dr. Credit reports that a lot of people like to use the Fidelity Cash Management account in place of an ordinary checking account. Unfortunately, beginning a few days ago, the account has been wonky with deposits, transfers, and bill payments. Some people are reporting that their bill payments are getting canceled. You set up your monthly mortgage payment and it's getting canceled. Normally, it's fraud algorithms just being a bit too critical. Hopefully, it's get fixed up. Some users report that transfer to CMAs are sometimes slow, while transferring to brokerage accounts directly don't seem to have an issue. So keep that in mind. There's also like a long Reddit thread and Dr. Credit threads that discussing this as well. So if you're impacted that really sucks. Maybe don't use Fidelity for your main checking. But oh well. Next, there's some new Best Western credit cards. Both of them seem pretty useless. Looking at the cards, the Signature card earns 40,000 bonus points, or own up to 40,000 bonus points, 4x on Best Western stays and purchases, 2x on all other purchases, 10,000 anniversary bonus points. Excuse me. Automatic Gold Elite status. These are issued by FNBO. Oh, no, excuse me. Cards were issued by FNBO, now they're issued by First Bank and Trust. They're managed by Mercury Financial. I don't like the First Bank and Trust. It makes me think of Evolve. And then the next card, the Best Western Rewards Premium Visa Signature card, is 80,000 bonus points, $90 annual fee, 10x on Best Western stays and purchases, 4x on gas stations and grocery stores, 2x on all of the purchases, up to 2 free nights awards each anniversary, one free night on anniversary, second free night when you spend $10,000 or more, and you get automatic platinum status. Dutch Credit says, sign-up bonuses are a bit strange as the 10,000 to 40,000 and 20,000 to 80,000 points. You'll see the bonus and minimum spend requirements before applying according to the fine print. Oh, they change based on your eligibility. So definitely, if you're interested in this, be sure to read it. Mercury's more of a subprime lender anyway, so it shouldn't be too difficult to approve, but definitely you can read through the Dr. Credit comments to see what people are getting approved for. All right, really whittling down here. The Fed announced 50 basis points to be cut in their, interest. So you're going to see a lot of lower APYs coming soon. Robinhood Gold literally immediately slashed from 5% to 4.5%, which I thought was hilarious. So keep that in mind. Two final things. I went to that new DCA Centurion Lounge. And just like all Centurion Lounges, I was not very impressed. The food was actually decent this time. It was large. There were plenty of seats. There wasn't a wait. It said it was very crowded, but there were plenty of seats. Chicken thighs were cold. The soup was great. Brussels sprouts were very good. And the curry stew was very good. Curry stew was delicious. The drink was horrible. I got the cacao canut. I think that's what it is. The waitress, the bartender literally took vodka and coconut milk. Like, not even good coconut. Like, that's literally it. Two to... Maybe there was, like, some kind of coconut liqueur. It was horrible. It just tastes like straight vodka. I mean, if you're looking to get messed up in the Centurion Lounge, get a few of those. But that's not what I was there for. They did have this little, this, like, energy shot. It was just like a juice energy shot. That was really yummy. That, if you put some vodka in it, that would go crazy. The coffee machine's espresso was broken. It didn't say it on the screen, though, so I picked cappuccino, and then it just spit out hot milk. And also didn't taste good. Just the milk tasted like rancid, even though they probably just used dust. But anyway, if you're interested in my lounge tracker, I have it on Patreon. I think it might be buried in one of my pages, too, on my blog. So if you find that, by all means, you can go in there and look at it for free. But it should be Patreon if you want to see what lounges I've been to and just what value I got out of them. And then finally, last thing we're going to talk about, very brief, Cash App. There is a boost in there. Some people are targeted for $5 off anywhere or $10 off anywhere. It expires end of the month. It looks like there's also a 50% off GoPuff for up to $20 max. I mean, that's it. I'll probably use it. I don't even know. I don't want to load it on Amazon because I have too many gift cards. So I'll try and think of when I get a $10 charge, just use the boost. Also, I read that if you charge $10 or less, you don't have to have any funds in the account. It'll just use the boost. So you don't have to fund the account. I funded it with $20 just in case, but apparently I don't have to do that. All right, that's it. I'm traveling next week, so you got a proper travel episode coming up. I'm going to California. We're flying into LA, getting a rental car, driving the Pacific Coast Highway, and then staying in San Fran, and then coming back Saturday to Saturday. If you have any recs, some people sent them out. Thank you for those. I'll be sure to let you all know where I go. I definitely purchased the tickets to an Angels game, but other than that, that's about it. Looking forward to West Coast vibes. Haven't been out there. Been to Nevada, though. Nevada's sick. And Vegas. Shout out to ANC. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.